All right, welcome to Daily Tech to everybody who jumped over here from the main channel. Welcome to what is now the Clips channel once again. I gotta say, we're having a lot of fun over here. This is just like a bonus extra discussion, and today I want to focus on the double tap feature on the Apple Watch. What I love about this channel is like I can talk about stuff that normally wouldn't make a good video over on Daily Tech, like a main subject, but I know it's stuff that I'm still interested in, people are still interested in. If you have an Apple Watch, for instance, and you find yourself using double tap, then, or if you don't, which is the case, this is why I'm making this video, then you'll still find this interesting. It's kind of the minutia, right, of being in the Apple ecosystem. Being able to double tap your fingers with your Apple Watch is new-ish. It's been around for a while. You can see the press release here was from October 2023, and it lets you do all kinds of things. You can answer calls, you can pause music. This is one of those features I completely forgot about, like seriously, completely. It was off my radar. And then when I got the new Apple Watch, I kind of reversed directions with my strategy for the watch face that I was using. I used to want to have all the complications I could get. And well, I take it back. I used to have the Siri watch face, and I liked that it was kind of like smart and it would try to surface stuff, you know, right in the moment whenever I needed it. But then I tried to just overdo it myself with all the complications that I could fit on the screen, but I didn't like it. It didn't fit. It wasn't good. So with the new Apple Watch, I went super simple, super basic, and you can see the watch face that I've got going on right now. I forget what it's called, but it's really cool. It's super simple. I really like it. And what I like about it was the widgets, right? And that's the use case that you're seeing over on the left here. You can have just a super simple watch face like I've got and double tap to pull up those widgets. But here's the thing, even as an Apple reviewer, a lot of things slip under the radar because there's just so much to talk about, so much to cover, which is why we have a second channel going on over here. And I was just looking at my watch and I accidentally tapped and I saw it like pop up and I was like, whoa. And I was like, oh yeah, I can't believe that I forgot about this. And now I'm using it all the time. Like I think my family thinks I'm really a dork because I'm just like sitting there tapping away. And it is kind of funny because you do look sort of weird, don't you? It's obviously a gesture that works with the Vision Pro and some other stuff too. So it's really being baked into society as a thing to expect. But it was unexpected when I encountered it, and I love it. This is a really cool way to scroll through what's coming up on my calendar, what the weather's like, one-handed. I have a business partner, we have this discussion all the time, you know, like, would you become a cyborg ever as tech continues to develop? You know, what really sparks the conversation is Neuralink, Elon Musk's company, where you can basically control machines with your thoughts. And this isn't that, you know, double tapping on the Apple Watch, but the trajectory that you can see is, you know, there's a future where some people will want to embrace technology to the extreme and to the point where they would like merge with AI or hack off an arm, get a biological arm for that super strength or whatever. And so we argue about like, well, what is a human? You know, what does it mean to be pro-human? Do you want to put yourself out of business? And is digital consciousness like the thing, the only thing that matters? For me, no. I don't want to put humanity out of business. You know, I like humanity. But it makes you think. So the question in the conversation that we have is like, would you, you know, what's your red line? What would you adopt? And, you know, I think both of us kind of settled, and I give him credit because he came up with this and he got it from someone else, I think. But it's like, for us, we would repair like what we already have, but we wouldn't replace. That's just us personally. I'd be very interested in your thoughts and why. But the reason I'm ranting about this and raving about it right now is because I feel like this is a good job, you know, what Apple's done here. It shows what you can do to enhance humanity or empower, I think is a good way, without replacing humanity, right? Like I'm still the human, you know, operating this, but it's cool. Like it's tech that I can adopt and use. And anyways, it's just one of those little features. It's like really useful actually and interesting. And I like that it's customizable and you can really make it your own. And it's kind of crazy how here you can have somebody like me who's like lives and breathes all this tech and Apple stuff, and still you have the stuff that slips through the cracks that you haven't experienced really fully yet. And then it manifests accidentally and you're like, wow, that's cool. There's just so many things that the tech in our lives do, that tech does in general, that I mean, like you can't experience it all. Even somebody like me. I don't know. That's been my case. Usually when I say something like this, people are like, oh, you know, the mean comments start flying like, how did you not know about this or whatever? But I feel like that's everybody. And if it's not this, there's something out there that you don't know about, and you don't know about it because you don't know. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy on the Apple Watch Series 10 website. The only place that it's mentioned, this double tap feature now, is down here when it's talking about the chip. It's not mentioned anywhere else in the marketing this year because Apple, they brought it and now it's buried because there's other new features that are being focused on and brought to light. And so that's just kind of a cool example, I guess, of a cool feature that arrives in the Apple ecosystem and then it's just like locked in. It's there. And some of these features you have to have somebody tell you about. Like a lot of these don't get turned on by default. We covered a couple of those that came in the new iOS and macOS, updates yesterday. But also, it's just such a robust ecosystem. And the other thing that it does, because when you find something, especially accidentally, and it delights you, and you don't have any major complaints, then you know what it does. It bakes you into the ecosystem even further entrenches you. This is the whole sunk cost thing. You get the AirPods, the Apple Watch, and all the stuff, and then it works well together. And it really takes really quite a crowbar of an issue to pry you out of an ecosystem once you're so deep. I think the Apple ecosystem is one of the hardest to get out of if you wanted to, but I think it works for all quote unquote ecosystems. So let me know your thoughts. Are you using this feature? What other hidden, Apple Watch features and other Apple features are you encountering that you're loving? Do you have a story also about something that you discovered accidentally that was like a feature that you just missed and then there it was and you're like, well, this is cool. I didn't know I could do that. Let me know all that stuff. Check out the newsletter. It's free. Comes out on Fridays. Keep you up to date on the latest tech stuff, Apple, AI, whatever, and it won't waste your time. Help you get some nuggets of success from some of the interviews that I do on the side with some really creative and clever and interesting business people and creators. So just some good wisdom in there and some free wallpaper. So it's everything you want. Check out the course on AI if you want to learn how to embrace all the opportunities coming down the pipeline, not the AI as we know it now, but what's coming up in the future. And I'll catch you in the next video. Later.